Sorry, it looks like the wiper's gonna be in the way a little bit. Just put it on, do my tack line. Just kind of showing you start to finish on my shrinking. So I do every windshield. This is the Bauer Harbor Freight one. Usually a couple years. And I just kind of use my hand to create that side tack when I first start. The problem I always have is once I get closer to the bottom, it's like the film doesn't want to shrink anymore. Okay, now it's starting off initially pretty good. So there the little fingers shrank out pretty good. Now we get into these bigger ones, and that's where I ran the problems with the other sample I had. So I like to pre-shrink it, I guess you could say, by hand, and then I'll go over it and hard carve it and shrink it. I think so far this one's shrinking really good, a lot better than last time. That. Got a finger. Get this out of your way so you can see a little better. So that quadrant went pretty good. Looks like I'm gonna have a bigger finger up here, so we'll see how the top shrinks compared to the bottom. So what I like to do is when I have a big finger like this one, I like to shrink next to it, pull some of that tension out of the big one. That's why you kind of see me staying away from that corner. And then I kind of split the big finger and the smaller one, shrink next to it, and I'm only left with the big one, or what's left of the big one, and then split it again. It's like, this last like 2 inches. That's where I struggle to really get it to shrink. I still have like a real big finger here on the side. I'm gonna keep pushing up like I normally would. When it's like this, that's when it just doesn't really want to do shit. Sorry, doesn't want to do anything. It's really hard to get it to shrink. It doesn't really want to do much. So I'm applying a lot of down force to my hard card and just trying to push through the finger without skating over top of it, hoping I can bunch the film up enough somewhere to finish the shrinking. And that's the part that, in the last one I did, that last couple inches is what I struggled with. It was over in that corner and in the top corner, and I had to let it cool down, come back to it, cool down, come back to it. I just fought and fought and fought. You know, like this is a fairly easy windshield, so I got a side finger here, but I'll cut it out, so I'm not worried about it. Fighting the tin is less fun than anything else, really. You can see the other side. Yeah, I got his finger over here. It's not even trying to shrink down. Yeah, like this side here isn't shrinking anywhere. Like the other side started off really good. This side here isn't shrinking that great. Like this little pocket shrank pretty good, but now I'm down at the bottom. It doesn't want to shrink again. I just melted it right here. Go back to this bigger finger here, see if I can work through it. Blow some air underneath it. Yeah, this section over here, should grab the camera. So this section right here isn't even like really trying to shrink down. I don't know if you can see, like, really not shrinking like the rest of it. This is when I start fighting the film and swearing and yelling and cussing. And yeah, this section here doesn't want to shrink. It just blows it around. Let's get you back over further. Let's see if I can push through it here. Let me see if I can see what you're seeing. All right, so I got that last bit to shrink. Yeah, it's not even really trying to shrink. So the other half, great, no problems. The whole thing shrank like that. You got me as a customer. But this side over here, I don't know. And I've already tinted 3 windshields today. It's just not like I don't know what I'm doing. And the other ones I did with GeoShield, I used their carbon. Well, their carbon plus ceramic line, but so now I'm just left with this little mess over here, trying to get it past that matrix. Yeah, so all I did was push the finger over to the side. Try to side shrink it. There's just a little bit here. Yeah, it is past the matrix, so I'm not really like overly concerned about it, but it's not doing anything. I'll grab the phone. That's the spot I'm side shrinking. See, it's not doing anything, just melts. So I'm not really sure what I'm doing wrong with this particular film. Let's see what the top does. I mean, I think I got it. It looks like I'm past the black edge, so technically I could install it. Well, you know, this is an easier windshield. Like if I'm doing a 99 to 06 Silverado, there's no way I can get this tint to lay down like that where that sharp curve is right there. Or up here towards the top. Yeah, my technique isn't really any different this side versus that side. It's just I'm right-handed, so I tend to use my right hand for more of the shrinking part of it. The same thing, I got a big finger here, so I'm shrinking next to it, trying to release some of the whole, shrink it over here to get some of the finger over, reduce the size of the finger. So I just, right here, I overheated it. I don't know. Oh shoot, sorry. Didn't realize you couldn't see me up there. So this area right here, tried to get a little finger out and it overheated it. That finger isn't trying to shrink. Now I got this big nasty one up here. Just I don't like fighting the film on something this easy, because you know when it's a hard windshield, you're gonna fight even more. This is the same technique I use to shrink back windows, windshields. Doesn't matter what brand of film I use, it's all the same technique. You know, just how long you're holding the heat on the fingers or the film itself. That's about the only thing I changed. I'm probably doing it this way for 7, 8 years now. Now I'm stuck. I got all this film up here that doesn't want to shrink, it doesn't want to do anything. Thought I melted it together. Give it a second to cool down. So this corner's doing the exact same thing this one is. This one here isn't shrinking at all. I almost wish this was like a 5% tint so you could actually see it a little better. So again, I'm just trying to push through the finger, move it somewhere I know it's already shrank or something. And we're up in this very last corner. It's not shrinking at all. It's almost like you hit the limit of the shrink super fast. Or the film's too hot from shrinking all of it like I do. I don't know, because even initially I couldn't get it to shrink. Now I've got a big hard crease right at the edge where the matrix is. See, yeah. So couldn't get this corner to lay all the way down. So I know if this was like a 99-06 Silverado windshield, which I do all the time, there's no way I could have got that corner to lay down. So now I gotta do the final cut, heat shrink, but let me show you up here, this corner. I already cut it off, but like if I'm trying to push through it, I crease it here. You know, I got it burnt up here. Got this finger, I didn't want to come out. You know, then down here, trying to do any type of sideways shrink, it doesn't do anything. And then, you know, here I got another big crease here. Like it just doesn't ever want to lay down all the way. You know, so you end up with all these fingers at the bottom because you run over the heat, it doesn't do anything. So like that's my complaint with the film is I can't finish the heating process, but like inside it's a beautiful film. I love the color of the tint. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong with it.